When kids are growing up, they often ask for pets, and I was no exception. Honestly, asking for a pet in my house was no big deal since my parents liked animals just as much as I did. Childhood achievement secured. Too bad I missed out on a bunch of others. We had a couple goldfish, one hamster, a rabbit that ultimately died on my birthday, some dogs, and a bird. During my life, we've had a couple dogs. Two of the dogs we had were named Sam and Brittany. Now, we had these two before my working memory, so I don't have a whole lot to say about them, but I remember my parents saying something about my brother riding on the back of Sam like a horse a few times. The next dog we had was named Ollie, and unlike the previous two, I actually remember Ollie. We weren't Ollie's first owners, and when we got him, he was really sad. He would sit by the window day after day, silently looking out, waiting for his previous owners to come back. It kind of broke my child heart. Eventually, he warmed up to us, but he never stopped missing his old family. Ollie was also incredibly fat. Like, he was so fat that he had fat just hang over his butt. Now, don't blame us for that. He was like that when we got him. We even put him on diets a couple times, but we couldn't get him to lose weight. If something fell off the table, he'd sonic his way over to it and gobble it up in an instant. I was even a little scared to give him treats for a while just because of how excited and crazy Ollie would get over food. I was scared that he'd bite my fingers off accidentally. Ollie lived for quite a while, and we had him throughout most of my teenage years. Towards the end of his life, we bought our current dog, who we named Buddy. Buddy was the first small dog we'd ever gotten, and he was a bit of a crazy puppy. We used to take him on walks while riding a bike because Buddy would take off and we couldn't keep up. This tiny dog would run in front of the bike, pulling it along with us on it. I didn't even need to pedal. Buddy is also a sweetheart of a dog and loves to cuddle with people. He'll happily snuggle up to you on the couch, and if he notices you're having a bad day, he'll attempt to make you feel better with doggy kisses. Basically, Buddy is the exact opposite of this bird I had as a kid named... Wait, I don't remember his name. Crap.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing good.
Good.
So Mom.
Yeah.
Do you remember that bird I had as a kid?
Yeah.
What was his name?
I don't know, sweetie. I can't remember.
Crap. We'll call him Charlie. Charlie was a parakeet and was the first and only bird I have ever owned. When we bought Charlie, he seemed like any normal bird, but when we got him home, his true colors came out.
Wait, he was gay?
As it turns out, this bird hated me. Charlie was a birthday gift for me, so he stayed in my room. He would routinely squawk extraordinarily loudly when I was trying to sleep. We would let him out of his cage sometimes, thinking that maybe letting him out would make him happy, but that didn't work. Every time we did let him out, he would just go after someone trying to bite them. This bird would find just about any reason to try to bite me. Feeding Charlie was a challenge. You had to reach into the cage to feed it, and every time I did, it would bite me. On numerous occasions, it would bite my hands to the point of bleeding, and it didn't take long for me to become actually terrified of him. We even went back to the pet store to ask why my parakeet was such a jerk, and they had no idea why. Part of me thinks this bird hated the world so much it wanted to die of starvation. Don't hate me, but it actually did starve to death. I tried so hard to be a responsible pet owner. I think this bird was suicidal or something, because eventually it stopped eating the food I did manage to get into the cage. I won't even lie and say I was sad, because honestly I wasn't. Now sure, I feel bad that Charlie died, but it doesn't change the fact Charlie was an absolute jerk. Most of the time when a pet dies, it's a really sad moment, but in this case, it was kind of a relief. That bird didn't have to deal with me anymore, and I didn't have to make my hands bleed every time I needed fed. Hopefully you guys never come across a pet that hates you like this bird did. Alrighty then, so we got the important stuff to cover in this here end card. First things first, you might be wondering, why are there loads of random drawings here instead of fan art? That's because in my last video I challenged you guys to do a drawing where you didn't use a tablet. I think you guys did an awesome job. One person pointed out that using a mouse all the time is bad for your hand, and it is, but doing it a little bit for a challenge won't kill you. Kiddos, when you can, get a drawing tablet. It helps a ton and it'll save you many hand cramps. Most of these come from my Discord server, link to that in the description if you're interested. Next up, I want to talk about a future live stream I want to do. So this month is Autism Awareness Month, and I want to do something for the event, so I thought about doing a charity live stream. I'm thinking about streaming April 30th. Hopefully, I'll be able to get some of my YouTuber buddies to join in. We'll probably play some games like Quiplash. I know those can get crazy and stuff. All proceeds of the charity will be going to the National Autism Association, so Yeah. All right, that's all I got for you guys. Stay awesome. See ya.